Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is Mike from Verity Daily. So today on this video, we will be going over some comments that Jimmy Kimmel made about Aaron Rodgers and the tinfoil hats. But first, let's jump into a short clip of him, and I'll respond to his action after you watch this.
Tell us what you think of the statue. I mean, do you think that she's attractive or not? Attractive. Take another look at her.
So that's pretty disgusting. I mean, if you were that gal in this clip, I mean, obviously after she watched it, she's seen that, but that's pretty degrading. You hear the people laughing. I don't know if that's a laugh track in the background or maybe he's showing it up on the screen. It's just a clip of, I don't even know what year it was, but this is kind of the degenerate he is. Okay. So I know my wife doesn't like to be treated like that. I know my children, my girls don't like to be treated like that. Men do not like to be treated like that. We're not we're not brought up that way that we can have somebody just constantly do this to us and degrade us and berate us like this. I mean, this gal probably she was maybe, hey, I get to be on Jimmy Kimmel. I get to walk to him, you know, whatever. And him to do that, I mean, just think, I don't know. It's just really worrisome that these people are watching this, that they put it on TV, whatever happened to respect for women. It seems like women nowadays, I don't know why you're not furious how these women's group are up in arms about being respected, but you can't throw all these men into these women's group and let them, these men, you know, biological men into women's sports. I don't know where we came up with this whole thing, but women are this is wrong. I mean, I don't know why women aren't in protesting this. They did it with all the bras, throwing them out and burning them and all these things. And they wanted to vote and they wanted to voice. Now they got a voice and they're letting, it can't be women that are allowing this to happen. These women, they have to go up against these men in these sports. There's no way that they're saying, oh yeah, come on in, you know, I mean, maybe one or two of them or what, but not the masses, right? Everybody's just silent, letting this stuff just roll over their back. I don't get it. I don't get anything. So this is what kind of degenerate we're talking. So let's jump into this other video that he said about Aaron Rodgers.
Needless to say, all this UFO talk has the tinfoil hatters going wild, including Green Bay wack-Packer Aaron Rodgers, who offered this hot take on the Pat McAfee Show.
I believe that this has been going on for a long time. Interesting timing on everything. There's a lot of other things going on in the world. Did you hear about the Epstein client list about to be released too?
What's that? What are you talking about?
There's some files that have some names on it that might be getting released pretty soon.
Oh.
Might be time to revisit that concussion protocol, Aaron.
Supposedly, I haven't seen the list because it's out, and none of the mainstream media is letting this get out, and I don't know where the list was supposedly released a couple weeks ago. And what my take in is this guy's he has flights over there. He's supposedly been there numerous times, so he's guilty of this. So he's trying to make a tinfoil hat, like this is a conspiracy, like this not really happened, sweep it under the rug. You know, it's guys like this are on that list, and they got the money to, you know, the judge said, release it. These guys got the money to, whoever puts that list out, they're going to come up suicidal somewhere. Okay, so you want to label people with tinfoil hats, the same tinfoil hats that said that John F. Kennedy wasn't killed by Lyndon Johnson, the same tinfoil hatters that said that this virus came from China, the same tinfoil hatters that believe in life after death. I mean, it's just one thing after another, right? You want to label people conspiracy. So let's look at the definition of a conspiracy theorist. A conspiracy theory is defined as a theory that rejects the standard explanation for an event and instead of credits a covert group or organization with carrying out a secret plot. Over 1 in 3 Americans believe that global warming is a hoax. A full 49% of New Yorkers believe that the United States government was complacent in the 9/11 attacks. Over 50% of Americans believe that Lee Harvey Oswald did not act alone in the assassination of John F. Kennedy. Approximately 37% of Americans believe that the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, is deliberately keeping the public from getting natural cures for cancer. Aaron Rodgers, he's a pretty respectable guy. I know he's later in his career, but I likes to make fun of him because he's not the Tom Brady, hasn't won a Super Bowl in a few years. He's still an outstanding guy. He's won the last 2 out of 3 MVPs. The guy is amazing, okay? And just because he wants to say something about Epstein, he wants to say something about taking some alternative to the vaccine, people got to label him as conspiracy. And just like he came out and said that the wacky Packers, I mean, that's stuff you do in second grade. I mean, this is a grown man. And people to follow after, I think what it is that these elitists, these globalists, these guys that are in charge, this group who are in charge of whatever goes out in the media in the world, they putting this out there and you're just consuming it. You're like one of them guys consuming them. You're eating your chips and you think this is okay. And you're just going to keep watching. Then you go out and you do the same thing. Women need to be respected. Okay. They're there. They need to be idolized and put on a platform, not to be ridiculed and made fun of. They need respected. The women need to be cherished and loved, all that. We lost sight of that in this generation and trying to make them equal. Women are superior in their own makeup and men are superior in their own makeup. We don't fit them together and say we're all one. Women are women and men are men. In my opinion, and it's the right opinion. Okay, you could go off any direction you want. You can have media label women as the gender and all this. But listen, when you die and they say 1,000 years from now and they dig you up and they look at you and say, yeah, that's a man or that's a woman, right? They don't look at, there might be some plastic gel that's there that used to be his breast or whatever, her breast or whatever. But you look at the skeletal features, maybe the jawline, the hips, obviously get a dead giveaway. They can check the DNA, whatever. It's going to be labeled a man or woman. And like they say, if you put 100 transgender men and you put 100 transgender women, on an island with a biological male in 100 years, there's nobody left. Okay. If you put a man and a woman and a child on a deserted island, in 100 years, you got several families, right? So you can't escape this whole nonsense. But I don't care for Jimmy Kimmel. I think his comedy is at least funny, if that. And to him humiliate Aaron Rodgers in the Packers organization and call him wacky, that's childish. What do you guys think? Comment on it. Am I off on a limb? Am I a traditionalist? Or is there some substance here? Is Jimmy Kimmel? Do you watch Jimmy Kimmel? I don't pay attention to him. I know who he is. I've seen a couple of his bits and he's not funny. He really isn't. And these late night shows, instead of turning into like a variety, like the old Johnny Carson shows and that, where they had music and they had, comedians, and now it's turning into more of a political propaganda. That's all it is one-sided. It's the left, it's the progressives, and they're right, and everybody else is wrong. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. Is this video way off base? Am I just making to do out of nothing? So I appreciate that. And also subscribe, hit the bell if you haven't already. Look for my videos when they come out. Like this video, share it with your friends. You guys have a wonderful day. I'd appreciate it. You subscribing. Bye now.